What up, everybody? It's your boy J5 again, and today I have a very special guest with me, KJ. How you feeling today, KJ?
Tired.
You're tired? Mm-hmm. Well, from what?
I'm a mother.
A mother. On top of other things, I know you have other things that are going on. You just recently started. You want to let everybody in on that?
Yeah, we have a podcast. Me and my husband Ryan. I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is.
White boy, if y'all don't know him about
Oh,
Ryan.
sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's called Couple Conversations. You should check it out.
Definitely. So what all media outlets are y'all going to use?
I'm not running it, so I don't know.
Okay.
It's going to be all him doing it.
All him, all white boy, what definitely?
I just show up.
Just show up and just be the star.
That's right.
Alright, that's cool. Well, definitely, I just started this thing up. We didn't know what we were going to do, and then it made it so easy. Anchor just puts it out to Spotify and all these other podcasts, and YouTube, itself. It's just majority media. Everybody goes there for everything. You put the right title on it, people are going to click on it and check it out. So, white boy knows how to manage that. He knows all the ins and outs for that.
That's what he says.
Well, we'll find out, right? We'll find out. But definitely, that's very cool. So you say it's going to be called Couple Conversations? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So what so far have y'all seen? There might be some troubles y'all are going to...
Well, we just started. We just put our little intro video or whatever you call it. I don't know.
I think he told me about that. So because you said something that got taken down, right?
That I said something?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Cause I guess they go back and actually check. I didn't think they actually checked.
Oh really? I didn't know.
Yeah, sometimes I guess you made a joke about y'all are gonna be talking about drugs. So
oh my God! I didn't know that. I had no idea.
I think it's because you didn't say LOL, JK, just kidding or something. So they just.
God.
I don't know if that's it. He just told us something about that. So it could be, might not.
I didn't even know.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. So that's cool. That's cool. But definitely that's.
I was totally kidding though when I said that. I was
right.
I was. Tylenol? Tylenol? I don't know.
So have y'all got a discussion going about what you are going to be talking about, the main subjects?
He said something about football because I don't know a lot about it. I just like the colors.
The colors? What's your favorite colors?
The blue and the silver.
All right, Cowboys all day, baby. Get it done.
I don't know. It's just going to be random things. Honestly, I don't think people really want to hear about marriage because I don't really want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to hear about it, because I live it every day.
There's people who don't live it, though, every day, like our other friend, Mello. He doesn't live about it, so he likes to hear that type of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of youngins who would like to hear about it, get different perspectives, a little bit of it. You never know.
True. Maybe we'll give little
snippets.
Yeah, but not too much of it.
I'm sure you have some wisely advice I can give everybody, right?
Yes, actually I do.
Well... gotta share it with the masses.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't want to hear about it only because I've lived it for a long time. And, I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
Okay. Well, just to give a little bit of insight of how I know Miss KJ here, like we just mentioned, she is the wife of a very good friend of mine, white boy. And she's been around the family, I'd say, 10 years maybe, easy.
No, maybe closer to
somewhere around there, right?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so we definitely know each other. But y'all were starting this thing. I thought it was pretty cool as a couple. Mm-hmm. I thought that was awesome because y'all definitely have different points of views on a lot of stuff.
Oh, very different.
So I think that would be funny for a lot of people to see. That would be really cool.
He doesn't think I'm funny, so I think I'm hilarious.
Let's let the world decide, right? So that would be cool. But beside that, you mentioned that you are very busy on a bunch of other stuff. You obviously work. You do have children, 2 beautiful children.
I have 3 children.
3 beautiful children. Who's the third one? I'm lost here.
My husband.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I do everything.
I'll edit that out later.
Actually, I have 5, actually, with my dogs.
Oh, yes, Logan and Copper.
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely very busy, have a full schedule ahead of you. So how do you think that'll impact? And school, I forgot about that. You are, right? How far away are you on that?
I'm hoping 2020 will be my graduation year.
2020, it's right around the corner.
Oh, I'm glad.
Keep at it.
Yeah.
You excited?
I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah? So how do you prioritize? Those all sound like pretty important deals. Obviously, taking care of a family, managing school and work, and then you're just going to throw in a podcast. Well, how do you do that?
I just wing it.
Just wing it. That's a good answer. Because who knows, right? At the end of the day, that's what everybody has to do. Just wing it and go with it. Go with the flow. Nice. So far, you've been doing a great job. So definitely just keep it up.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, that's really cool. I think that's going to give a lot of women out there motivation who think they don't have the time in the day, who don't have the strength, or, they're weary. Everybody.
I tell myself that all the time. How the hell do I do it? I don't know. Yeah. But it's possible.
Gotta just tell yourself it's possible, right? You gotta do it. Nobody else is.
Don't let anyone else tell you differently.
That's right. This motivational speech for y'all. Hearing it first from KJ. So, you have that going. You have the family. You have the podcast. A lot of stuff going on. You're still young, so you still have the energy now to do all that good stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there in the same shoes as you, and they're going to see that. They're going to hear that. It's going to be great for them. So, I'm glad that you can give them that insight. And also, I would love your insight on some other things from a woman's perspective. Obviously, on Don't Quote Us, we've only had guys' opinions, so you're here. I'm going to take advantage of this. There's something that's been popping off on social media, really tough. I don't know if everybody was aware. If not, they might go and take a look at it. If not, it's not going to be all about that, but it will dive into it a little bit. So, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, right? Everybody, I know nobody wants to hear about Kim and Kanye, big social media whores or whatever, but they have been stirring up some stuff again. And in this case, I'm not mad at Kanye. I'm not mad at Kim. I'm on their side with them. I just want to see how you feel about it, being on their perspective. So the whole thing that happened is, I guess, Nick got an interview where he was asked some questions about Kim and their history. Obviously, they dated. I guess a lot of people are insinuating that they did some stuff, and Nick Cannon didn't deny or confirm it. So this got back to Kanye. Also, on top of that, Drake has a hit song. Everybody knows it. It has a dance for it, right? Kiki, do you love me? A lot of people getting in trouble with it. Don't do it. Do not do it. So, and then all of a sudden, after a while of it coming out, people started saying maybe it's about Kim Kardashian. Right? So it's just got kind of crazy.
Oh, because her nickname is Kiki.
Kiki. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why everybody's like, could this be about her? Maybe. Once again, he's not denying or confirming anything. So I guess this just kind of got built up in Kanye's heart, and he just had to say something about it. He said, hey, look, she's a married woman now. We are happy, regardless of what's going on between Drake and Kanye. Obviously, they aren't seeing eye to eye. They have some other rap beefs going on with his label and Drake's label. So he's telling them, just keep my wife out of it. Let's go ahead and just deny or confirm. I'm married, respect that. And that's where I agree with him. Yeah. I would hate for somebody to talk about my wife and anything. If it has to do with that, I feel like they should have denied it. But with that being said, how do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, I feel like they're just trying to be relevant.
Right.
They're just trying to put their name with Kim some kind of way.
Especially in that kind of
Yeah, and if it happened such a long time ago, why are they even still talking about it?
That's a very good point.
Why are they even bringing it up? She's married to Kanye.
Right.
He's got so many names. But yeah, it shouldn't even be a subject. It shouldn't even, and they should just say, like Drake, he should just say, it has nothing to do with Kim.
Right. Even
if it did, he should be like, nah, it has nothing to do with Kim.
So you are on the side of Kanye on this when you agree with him, at least throwing out that everybody says it's a rant. I thought he was manning up. Nobody's called him or anything.
He could have not put that video out there. He could have just on his own went to him or to the guys and been like, look, this is how I'm feeling. Don't put my wife in your mouth like that. That's right. Off limits. She's not on the market. She's not single. She's married with kids. Leave her alone. That's it.
Definitely agree about that. A lot of people, they do stuff, whether it's right or wrong, they don't always go about it the best way. But I still think at the end of the day, he did have a leg to stand on. So I'm with him on that. With that being said, I had a little do's and don'ts, maybe for everybody out there that might run across the same situation. Obviously, we aren't on the biggest platform as these stars. They're on a whole different spectrum when it comes to being interviewed and questioned and whatnot. But I live in a small little city, Grand Prairie. Shout out, much love and respect. And I stayed there for a very long time. Just recently moved out. But either way, when it comes to being in such a small place like that, you get to know a lot of the same people. So let's just say I have, obviously I'm married, and I have a mutual friend to one of her exes. And in this case, you're going to put yourself as the woman. And that mutual friend decides to ask the ex similar questions. Like, hey, so did y'all ever...
Oh, no.
You know, right?
Yeah.
No, not such a great mutual friend anyways if you're doing that, right?
It should be like, you know what, get out of my house right the hell now, because you're not about to ask me questions about what we do in our personal time.
That's kind of weird for that friend to do that anyway, right? But
yeah, it's like, what the... Okay. We're not friends.
That was weird. I don't know if y'all seen that. 2 flies literally just jumped on this table, and it looked like they were doing something they weren't supposed to be.
I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice that? I looked at him like, is he dead? And he's trying to rescue him. I don't know what just happened there, but it just happened. I wish I could zoom in on that. So definitely, but it does get asked, right? And so, what do you think would be okay for the ex to say or not to say?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, it's none of your business anymore. Like, lock it, throw it away. Forget about it. Erase it from your mind.
No good, no negative, just don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Okay. That's a very mature response. Obviously, we don't live in a world where everybody thinks mature. And let's just say they had one too many drinks and they might slip out. But definitely, I do agree with that advice. So if you ever get questions about it, please don't say anything.
End of conversation. Boom. That's
done. Done. Nothing. So... moving past that topic, I did also have another question. So, I seen this on another podcast. Not going to throw any names out there. But one of their questions was, all men cheat. Mm-hmm. First off, do you agree with that?
I mean, no. No. Not all men cheat.
Not all men cheat. No. On that podcast, the men went with it, and they said, if all men cheat, women should not be surprised when that happens. If it's a norm... they should be like, well, that's the norm, right?
No. Like, that makes zero sense. That's like, what? Oh, he's a cheater. Don't worry, girl. It's natural. No. What?
So it's just like saying a dolphin's supposed to be in water. That's the norm, right? So when they're in water, don't be surprised.
Here. Totally different.
Right?
Totally different. Like, that has nothing to do with, like, it's... No. Jesus. Okay, whose podcast is this?
I'm not going to throw it off camera. I'll tell you who it was, but it's definitely, it's a really pretty big podcast.
That's just weird. Like, so are these guys that were in the podcast, did they cheat and they're just saying, oh, it's normal?
Truthfully, I didn't look that deep into it. Just gave that snippet. And then they said that. They said that it's normal. All guys cheat.
I mean, if it's normal in their lives, but I mean, I don't think it has to go with all men. I think, not to defend anybody on any, because obviously cheating is wrong, but I think being married and dating are 2 different circumstances. So you could be dating and going through a rough patch, and everybody goes through that where they're fighting, and it doesn't seem like it's going to come to a reconciliation. So you go out there, you have those few drinks, you find that one person who's just ready to do it, and then they end up cheating. So okay, yeah. I know I could see that happening to a lot of people. I could see that being one circumstance. I could see just somebody wanting to cheat just to cheat. Mm-hmm. But in the married life, definitely that is a no-no. It doesn't matter whether you are fighting. It doesn't matter, truthfully, if she made you go and spend the night on the couch at your mom's house, right? None of that, or vice versa if he did the same to her. I think that's a no-no. Obviously, you made a promise to God in his home or wherever you decide to do it. Or the judge, wherever, you sign that piece of paper. It's for life, through the ups and the downs. But let's just say they were to go out of wedlock and they were to cheat and you've already signed that paper. Does that mean, hey, you got to work through it? Or does that mean... Everyone's different. So, I mean, if your relationship is strong enough to work through it, then work through it. I mean, stuff happens. Because we don't know what's going on between closed doors between that husband and that wife. Yeah. We don't know why they went outside their marriage. Something, you just never know. You never know.
Well, you said some key words there. How strong is the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. So let's get into that because I like that. That's super important when it comes to any relationship. So what do you think are some of the strengths that need to be done in any relationship so it can withstand a lot of hurricanes and tornadoes and crazy stuff?
Oh, man, I don't know. I've been married a long time and it has not been perfect.
Yeah.
And some days are harder than the other. And I think patience is a big must. Because I have a lot of it.
Patience.
I have a lot of patience.
I mean, everybody has to have some patience, but sometimes, patience runs thin. So when patience is thin, what's the next strength they got to land on?
Man, it's so hard because it depends on each marriage. Because with mine, there's a lot of things that are involved that a lot of people don't know about.
Right.
And I just feel personally I have a strong mind, and a lot, like I said, patience for me is big, because if I didn't have as much patience as I did and love for my husband, then he'd probably be buried.
Whoa, she went straight to buried. I thought you were gonna say like y'all would be single. Dang, watch out, white boy. Definitely, since I know him as well. He also has a very strong personality, and when he feels strongly about something, I can see y'all butting heads about it.
Very opinionated.
So I would think communication is a key, right? When it comes to that.
Listen to your wife.
Whether happy wife, happy life. They do say that a lot. So okay, I'm not mad at you. I've been in a lot of those circumstances where it's just better just to agree and just go about
shut up.
it.
Yeah, be quiet.
Or I've been in those instances where sometimes I don't feel like my point's getting across, so I have to scream it. And we have to scream it back and forth.
And that's another big problem, and I'll say that we have.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're not listening to each other. And like you said, communication is really big. And sometimes I scream because I don't think he's listening until I cry.
Yeah.
And that I hate whenever it has to go to crying, because I'm like, damn.
Y'all women sure do know how to turn it on like that, too. God.
And I'm very, very strong-minded too, so like we butt heads a lot, but we're, I don't know, more than 7 years in, almost. It's been a long time. I'm so bad.
It's all right.
I know the day we got married, though.
I know you know it if you were to sit here and really think about it, but obviously time isn't a luxury because we got to get this thing rolling. Mm-hmm. But that's big. I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting you to say that y'all do have this perfect marriage. So I do appreciate you being honest about that, and y'all have to work through it. It's a constant working. The same with mine. So that's big. I hope people are listening and really paying attention to that, not just thinking once you tie that knot, it's gonna be all white picket fences and rainbows and everything, because it's not. It's really not. It's work. Constant work. On top of everything that you're going through, like you mentioned, you have the kids, you have this new podcast you're doing, school, and then you have to work at your marriage every day, Yeah. So that's big. Big round of applause for Crystal.
I'm gonna make myself one.
There you go. So that's great. I appreciate you for coming on here. I think a lot of people are gonna love some of the stuff we've said. Some people might not.
They'll be like, "Oh, it's so boring."
Yeah, talking about relationship stuff. And
that's exactly what I didn't want to talk about.
Hey, well, I think that's gonna be good. People are gonna love it too.
Yeah.
Some people will, at least.
Some people, yeah.
But good luck on everything that y'all are going for. That podcast, I hope it goes big for y'all. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. I've already heard the snippet that y'all have. It was pretty cool. And I hope y'all just keep on growing on that and then just making it this big thing for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Thank you very much.
Until next time, I would love to do a crosstalk with y'all eventually once I get it up and going. But until then, just tune in next week, see what else I got, and just make sure to pay attention. I'll be putting out little snippets here and there when special events happen. Tomorrow, y'all might catch one after the Cowboys game, get my reactions on that. Obviously, got to rep that city, man, all day, every day. But once again, until then, check you out next time. Peace.